right, so let's get this show on the road here. Good morning, utility man. Good morning, Matthew. Weekend is here. The man, the myth, me. No. You may be a mythical beast, but me, I am but a man. I'm a simple man, a plain man. No one and nothing special. No big deal. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me get all my ducks in a row. Stand by. Save that. Good. Well, I hope you guys are ready to have a fantastic Friday. Thank you again for being here. Appreciate you guys. I am making sure that I've got everything set up on the back end here. Everything's looking good. Excellent. All right. Oh, let me open up my chat. That would be important. Hello, Twitch chat. How do you do? Hello, YouTube chat. How do you do? All right, let me think out loud here. I was online yesterday, fiddling with the UI, didn't really settle on anything, didn't really confirm exactly what I want. I'm still not entirely sure of what I want. Decisions. Because yesterday we were looking at this, which is very generic, which is fine. It's fine. Hey, good morning, Stompy. We were looking at this, you know, with add-ons, not default UI, which means that we'd be getting rid of the ultra wide and yeah, I think it's definitely going to be the right decision. Oh boy, Moper, what's up, man? I definitely think it's going to be the right decision. The question becomes whether or not I can make it look good for both me and you. That's the that's the question. Druish, no. Druish is ready to rock and roll, baby. Druish is dialed in. Don't you worry about Mr. Druish. He's ready. He's ready. All right, let me look at what add-ons do I have. Okay, I don't have LVY turned on. Good to see you on here, man. Hope all is well. Thank you, Moper. Appreciate it. No complaints. You're awesome. Thank you. I find myself not really knowing what I want to do. I kind of feel like I'm kind of like a little paralysis by analysis. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Do that. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right. Yo, Paul, what up, baby? You want to carry Actus in Al the keys. Al? Do you mean AA? I don't want to carry you through all the keys. Get out of here. Little Algathar Academy? Oh, you mean live? No. That's a tall order, all right? A tall order. Uh-oh, about to sneeze. Hold on one second. Hold on. It's coming. That one took a moment, sorry. Okay, so here's where I'm at, Paul, okay? I am attempting to not use Elv UI. Attempt being the key word. Hey, Xavier, good morning, buddy. And if I don't use Elv UI, what am I supposed to use? Because I like the way that Elv UI makes everything look. It skins basically everything, right? So if I don't use Elv UI to skin everything, you know, map, quest log, tooltip, action bars, etc., how do I get it to... How do I get my my UI to be uniform? I don't know. I genuinely don't know how I'm supposed to. I don't know anything. Oops, not that. There we go. Let's see. Unhalted uniframes and bartender. Why did you want to move away from LBY? Okay, it's not so much a want. It's a... Hey, Latham, what's up, buddy? Good morning. It's not so much want, Stomps. It's I have the time. Like, there's literally no better time to experiment than right now. I have, you know, a month, right? I have a month to get my UI where I want it to be, where I need it to be. There are a few add-ons that I currently have that make it fairly clean. If you remember the picture I sent, I could get the list of those add-ons if you want. The picture you sent, is it in Discord? Let me look, hold on. Okay, that's OMV. Oh, wait, let me look. Okay, this is OMVs. Where's yours? Let's see, where is... There's okay, I see Latham. Okay, here we go. I see. Is it the one of you in Dornegal fighting Kelp Fist? Okay. This is... Yeah, so let me take a stab at it. You're using details. You're using better cooldown manager. You're using unhalted unit frames. You're using Chatinator, I'm assuming. What am I right? What else, if anything? Let me look up something here on my end. What are you linking? What are you linking? What are you linking? Okay, better cooldown manager, minimap stats, unhalted uniframes, atrocity media. What's atrocity media? Bartender, basic chat mods, basic minimap, big wigs details, N+ timer, later. Dominoes, enhanced queue. Hey, ADND_ Mike. What's up, man? Is it bad? My terminal on my MacBook is more customized than my... No way, dude. When I use a terminal, when I pull up whatchamacallit, yeah, I have so many different scripts or mods, whatever they're called. Mm-hmm. What's it do, if I may ask, Paul? I mean, I agree, Stomps. I definitely agree. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. No, see, my hype is I'm still excited for the whatchamacallit. I'm still looking forward to the expansion. My hype has not been destroyed, or I guess what I should say is I don't look at it from a hype standpoint. I look at it from a, is the game playable? Am I interested in raiding? Am I interested in Mythic Plus? Can I function in those two areas, etc., etc.? And the answer, of course, is yes. I've been using the default UI for weeks now. And while I am not a fan of the default UI, I've been able to clear, you know, every dungeon out of 15. I've been able to do mythic raid bosses. I have not felt like I cannot perform with the tools that they give me, which means that any add-on I install needs to enhance my experience and enhance my performance in some way, shape, or form. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't serve a purpose. Do I want to be going through this? I don't, but I can't. I can't help that. We all have to endure this and deal with this. So just, I will, and then I'll move on. And it is what it is. I have Oh My Zish with custom themes and installed shortcut commands. I'm not sure what that is. Actus? What? I also can't believe that the whole announcement yesterday was just housing so crazy. Well, okay, Stomps. If I may be so bold, Stompy, I think you might be getting swept up in the negative feedback loop. Maybe you've been watching other streamers, YouTubers. Maybe you were on Twitter. Maybe you were on Reddit seeing the doom and the gloom. I see it differently. Now, let me be perfectly clear, just to make sure we're all on the same page. I'm not being paid by Blizzard. I don't want to sit here and pretend like everything's fine. It's not. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm excited about everything. I'm not. I'm not in Blizzard's pocket, okay? No one's paying me. No one's, holding a knife to my back, demanding I say these things. But I want to be perfectly clear about my feelings and my thoughts about the game and about yesterday's announcement. We talked about this quite a bit yesterday, too. Somebody came into the channel and asked, Brutal, I'm paraphrasing. You can go back and watch the end of the stream if you really wanted to hear it specifically. But they said something to the effect of, Brutal, why was that announcement all about housing? Why are they focusing on housing so much, etc., etc.? And I said something to the effect of, it wasn't all about housing. They touched on Classic a bit. They released the roadmap. They discussed what that roadmap is all about. I mean, prop hunting. I'm personally very excited about I love prop hunt games. Prop hunting. You have your 1207 raid. You have your 1215 raid. That's news. That's exciting. You have your event at the end of the year made by the team who made Plunderstorm. And I think it was Mop Remix or something like that. That's exciting. They talked about, BlizzCon. So it wasn't all about housing, but, let's talk about housing for a second. I understand that housing is not everyone's cup of tea. Starting here, I could not care. Have you guys seen me do housing? No, of course not. But I will defend housing. And here's why. I feel like, again, it's so easy for people to get swept up in and caught up in this negative vortex. It's easy. It draws views. It gets people riled up. Rah, housing, rah, Blizzard. Rah. But the reality is, housing is something that literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people have been asking for years. And Blizzard has finally taken the time to build something that is truly innovative and fun and evergreen and so on and so forth. It makes sense from a marketing standpoint. It makes sense from a launching of an expansion standpoint to talk about something that is now a core pillar of the game. It stands alongside PvP, Mythic Plus, raiding, etc. Housing is the end game for a lot of people who play this game, and it will continue to grow, and it will continue to attract more and more people. Do I care about it? Again, no. But it is important for the life of the game and for the enjoyment of people who play this game. And you have to keep in mind, this is something I drove home yesterday. When WoW releases a new expansion, it's 2026. The game's been out for 21, going on 22 years. When people see, hey, World of Warcraft expansion, new WoW expansion coming out, come play WoW. Anyone who has not already played WoW is unlikely to get plugged into WoW at this point in time unless something changes on their end or on Blizzard's end. And anyone who used to play WoW and has stepped away and no longer plays WoW, what's going to... Hey, wow, a new expansion means new raids, new dungeons, and you level. Thanks, Blizz. Been there, done that. I don't care. Blizzard is not trying to solely reach the people who have played the game and left. They're trying to grow their audience. They're trying to grow their market share, etc., etc. And housing is... I'm not going to say surefire win because that's inappropriate. That's unauthentic, inauthentic, whatever. But by spending their marketing hours and their marketing budget on housing, if you just stop for a second and think about it, it makes perfect sense. Because again, people know what to expect with a WoW expansion. Raids, dungeons, levels, cool. But whoa, wait, WoW has housing now? Let me look into that. Holy cow, this looks really good. You can customize things to the nth degree. You can go and collect decor, killing old stuff, killing new stuff, and so on and so forth. There's good reason to be talking about housing as much as they are. Blizzard doesn't need to convince the majority of people who play this game to keep playing this game. And Blizzard is unlikely to convince people who have left and don't want to come back just because there are new raids and dungeons. So how do they attract new players, and how do they pull in players who have left and don't want the same old? Housing is a pretty good start. Anyway, I know I'm monologuing, so forgive me, and I'm not trying to pick on Stomps or anyone. I'm not trying to make anyone feel dumb or bad or wrong, but I am trying to explain how it's easy to regurgitate information you hear online that may not be true or may not be how everyone sees something, and B, it's important to keep in mind that we all don't play the game the same way. We don't approach the game the same way. We don't all want the same thing, etc., etc. And it's okay. And in fact, it's good that something like housing now exists and that they're focusing on it and that they're pushing it. The raids will still be there. The dungeons will still be there. I think season 1 of Midnight is fantastic. I love these dungeons in the first dungeon pool. Anyway, I need to stop because I feel like I'm, just repeating myself now. So forgive me. Anyway. In-game waiting, blah, 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 blah. I've been mostly happy with add-on cleanup. The boss timeline's nice, but as a healer, no filters on the boat. Yes, it is a giant pile of suck. ADND_Mike. Agreed. As someone who loves the highest end of WoW, I love more housing info. Housing's the GOAT. Now talking about EverQuest. Yeah. This is why I continue to watch you over the years. You're 100% correct, my man. You have always understood the flow and changes between expansions. You're always my go-to source for WoW. That's very kind of you, utility man. Listen, I don't always get it right. And my opinion is just that it's an opinion, of course. It's just how I see things. And I don't want to make anyone feel dumb or that they're, you know, they just don't get it. That's not my intention. But I do want to share a different perspective, and I do want to continue being a place that, you know, again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything's great. I mean, we just talked about it for a brief moment with AD&D Mike here. The fact that we can't filter buffs, debuffs, that sucks, man. The fact that I have to sit here and redo my entire UI, I hate that. I think the end result will be better, but I'm not excited about having to redo my UI. But again, what can I do? I literally can't do anything about it, so I just gotta, you know, do it, right? Hey, Frosty, good morning. I don't love how simple a lot of these boss fights feel, but maybe they'll feel better on live when I'm not scaled properly. My point being, oh, excuse me, I am drinking out of my EverQuest mug today. My point being, I think it's important to look at things objectively, you know, facts over feelings. I think it's important to not pretend like everything's hunky-dory and a-okay. But I also think it's important not to just focus on the negative. I think it's important to not, like I said, get swept up in emotions and get swept up in what maybe Twitter's saying, and, you know, just, yeah, anyway. yeah, I gotta hit my quota, Frosty. I gotta hit the quota. You haven't even touched disc yet? I don't feel like messing with healing nuts. Yeah, I played Resto Druid the other day, and man, that was aggravating. Holy cow. Hey, here's a question for you. Let me pull this up here. Let's look at this. Stand by. Let's compare. Shall we? Shall we? Let me pull this up and this up. All right, so here, oh wait, let me, I gotta pull Twitch chat off to the side. All right, so here we have two add-ons, right? We have Warp Deplete Mythic plus Timer, and we have M plus Timer. What is the difference? What does one do that the other doesn't? What makes one better than the other? I have no idea. No clue. Why use this timer? Compared to other timers like I used to love Gotta Go Fast. Anchor Keystones are popular Mythic plus Timer weak orgs inspired this add-on. This timer has lower memory usage and offers more customization. The styling is also more in line with modern minimalist WoW UIs. All previously named timers are very good and can definitely be used for the same purpose without any real negative impact on the game performance or gameplay. In the end, it's just personal preference. Okay. Features. Okay, features. Completion timer of every objective. Accurate dungeon timers. Objective completion times and other stats. Current pull count. Prediction. I feel like they have to be more or less the exact same. There's no image here. I personally like the look of this one better, but this one is more compact. I'll probably just stick with the M plus timer, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, obviously. I like the way this one looks because this one reminds me of Gotta Go Fast. I used to love using Gotta Go Fast for my Mythic plus timers. Yeah, I'll probably just use M plus timer. All right. Taking care of that one. Now, let's see. What else did you... I don't even know what else you said. Let's see. You said... What was it? Not shadowed unit frame. It was unhalted unit frames. Okay. Unhalted unit frames. Now, what does unhalted unit frames do? Let's see. Yeah, that's because, Frosty, the M plus timer add-on just became an add-on. Relo had maintained it as a weak aura for the past few years. So that's a bit not misleading, because that sends the wrong message. But you know what I'm saying, obviously. So okay, unhalted uniframes ready for pre-patch at midnight. Let's see, libraries, OUF, ACE3. Okay. Look good. All right, all right. It is Frosty, yeah, it is. Oh, it's not party or raid frames? Oh. Well, what do you use for raid frames, Paul? And party frames? I'm genuinely thinking about just using default raid and party frames. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Frosty. Yeah. Da-na, da-na. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I could download better CDM. Hey, what's minimap stats? What's that? Let's see. Mini-map stats. Hey, Ritu Krentor, if that's how you pronounce your name. Apologies if I just butchered it. Using default raid frames at the moment, waiting on sell. Default with click, yeah. Fury, what's up, man? What's a better player frame people are using than what we just looked at? I don't know, Frosty. I'll probably wind up using what Paul just linked. Okay, here's my question. Okay, does this add anything? That doesn't, or does enhanced quality of life do this? I guess I could jump, let me see, EQOL, interface, minimap. Okay, minimap. Okay, so this is my minimap right now. No, doesn't look like it does. Okay. All right, because I've been working 6 days in a row. Good Lord, man. Be safe out there. You have better character panel. What's that? Yeah, because right now, I have to. One of the reasons why I love using LVY is it shows me information about my gear, like enchants, gems, item level, that kind of stuff. Oh, okay, 80. Okay, wait, it can? Hold on. Let's see, interface. Uniframes, okay. Where? Oh, yeah, uniframes is right here, okay. I'm actually thinking about doing something like this because I'm not planning on having a target bar. So I'm thinking maybe something like this, but then it's like, that's just kind of intrusive. I don't know. Okay, Frosty, I'll look at that in a moment. Okay. Go back to interface. Enable custom target frame. Is there a way for me to hide the target frame? Yo, Devalin, what's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing okay, dude. Enable boss frame. it's a base target frame, can you hide it in edit mode? Good question. Let's see. Edit mode. This. Not that I see. Oh, wait. Frames. Target. Okay, target and focus. Oh, yeah. Right there. Yeah. Oh, no. That's okay. Wait, no, never mind. That's not okay. That's not what I wanted. That's weird. Oh, that. Oh, okay. That's dumb. I'll have to Google. I don't know. I'll have to find out. I don't like how this is just staying up though. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing this. What is this called? Like the personal resource bar or something like that? Instead of having like my unit frame over here, having this in line with better cooldown manager. I'm not really sure. But I feel like I don't need a target bar because I have, because of my name. Like I'm trying to get rid of as much as possible. Try being the key word. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Devalin. Oh, you know, that's a fair point though. Like, how do I see buffs and debuffs on my... that's a fair point. How would I see buffs and debuffs on my target? Yeah. I guess I shouldn't. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't. Okay. You want the Blizzard fixes them? Oh, goodness. Let's go back to interface. Quality of life. Look at that. Reload. All right, let's see here. So, better cooldown manager, right? See, here's the problem that I'm running into. I'm about to type out all of these things. Or I could just use LVY. I just keep going back to, or, hear me out, I could just use LVY. I could just use what I've been using for years. That has worked for me extremely well. Oh, goodness gracious. Decisions. Yeah, but I can't, sitting here, I can't remember a time when I did not have LVY other than like for the first half of the day on an enormous patch day. Like, in other words, I cannot recall a single time when I did not have LVY or Mythic Plus or rating or the important things that matter to me. Yeah, I wasn't playing Dragonflight outside of season 3, I think, Mike. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I don't know. All right, let me look at something here. Hold on one second. Let's go to add-ons. Let's do LVUI, better cooldown manager. Let's reload. Retail WTF account 352. Let's do, wait a second, saved variables. Okay, I might break something here. Let's see. Number two, saved variables. All right, so let me look at LVUI. Copy, delete, paste. All right. And if we go into Area 52, bullseye, saved variables, LVUI. End game, bullseye, saved variables, LVUI. Paste. All right, I'm gonna reload. Let's see what happens here. Good day, slabberboos. How are you, sir? Okay, this is not what I was expecting. Profiles, existing. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. All right, why didn't my... Why didn't that transfer over? That's weird. Oh. Da, 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 da. That's awesome, Slab. That's awesome. Oh, decisions. Opening a bucket of ice cream? Yeah, do it. Why not, right? Why not? Go for it. Ooh, let me see if there's one. Hold on. Let's see. Let's close this. Don't need you. Let's do... Okay, looks like Elcano. Okay, let's see. So I'm a big fan of this add-on called Elcano's Buff Bars. I want to read about this real quick. Let's see. The file is not ready for midnight. It came with the TOCs. Okay. Initial fixes. Okay, so he has an alpha available on the WoW Ace. Where are his notes? Change. Okay, here we go. Change log. Many features have been disabled for now. This is not represented in the settings, though. This includes many filtering, sorting, and overriding. Times are hard formatted in pure seconds with 10th of a second, since Blizzard's seconds for matter isn't ready yet. Okay. Initial set of band-aid fixes. Yeah, good old WoW Ace, yep. Yeah, I think WoW Ace is the database that everything rests in, or something like that. I don't know. Though, like, why would anyone point to WoW Ace from Curse? I couldn't tell you. I've used Elkana's buff bars for probably 15 years. I love this add-on. Yeah, so he has an alpha build. So let me ask you guys a question. Does anyone out there, let me explain what I use EBB for. So, if I get a debuff here, in fact, let me just show you. Hold on one second. Let's go to Brutal, Static, Stone Legion, Generals. I'll just pull up my old raid UI here. So let me show you what I use it for. Stand by. Stand by. Alright, this is the last raiding UI that I used. And I'll funnily enough, like, my UI will likely wind up looking like I don't like the stats thing. I just kept it up for streaming, but I don't use that anymore. Of course, these weak auras will just be better cooldown manager, so I'll get that set up. I'll probably still have, you know, my chat box underneath my webcam, my details over here. Raid frame. I don't know if I'm gonna have raid frames. I don't know where I'll wind up with the raid frames. We'll see. No way, dude. I loved this fight. Holy cow, I loved this fight as an MM hunter. Yeah, just a few more, Slab. Just a few more. Anyway, so let me try to find my debuffs real quick. Stand by, stand by. I do get targeted with debuffs through this fight, if I'm not mistaken. That's a weak aura, so that's not it. Oh, there it is. Give it a second to load. Stand by, stand by. Okay, right here. You see how I have, you know, that's me. I feel like this is not the UI. This is weird. Anyway, you see how I have a debuff? It looks like, you know, a bigwig's bar, but I like having a bar for my debuff rather than an icon, because it shows me the icon, shows me the name, shows me the timer, has a bar that counts down, etc., etc. Are there any add-ons that you know that do this? Because this is Elkana's buff bars. Are there any add-ons that do this that you're aware of, that can turn your debuffs into bars instead of icons? I'm sure there are. I just don't know because I haven't looked in forever. Aura bar in LVY in individual unit frames. Okay. Okay, so we have unit frames, individual player. Okay, player aura bar. Auras, debuffs, enable. Okay, aura bar. Okay, show auras. How do I? How do we get this to pop up to test it? Slab, do you know? General. Just use weak auras. Don't say that. that. Don't say that, for the love of God. No. I just go to the garrison. I use the training dummies there to test it, but no idea otherwise. Yeah, like, how do I get a debuff? Like, oh, okay, there, never mind. Okay, there are the. Okay, so hold on, wait. Here are I'm seeing the auras here, right above my player frame. Okay. How do I turn these? First and foremost, why? Hold on, wait. I don't see a tooltip. Oh yeah, pop lust, smart. Okay, that's a buff right there. Okay, so there's a buff. There's a debuff right there. That's just the the debuff thing right here. Uniframe. Because, yeah, let me clarify, Slab, or anyone listening. So you see this debuff icon right here? That debuff icon is just a default debuff icon that I moved down from upper right to right here next to my character. I want to turn this debuff icon into a bar. I want to see my debuff as a bar. I want to see debuffs applied to me, Slab, not my enemy. Again, Elcano buff bars do that, but if Elv UI can do it, I would like to know how. That just saves me an add-on, you know? I don't know. Predator's Thirst. I have no idea what that is. That's a buff, not a debuff. Weird. Oh, that's so weird. Whatever. Now we wait. Slab says, oh, let's see what he says. Slab might have figured out something. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jordan, good call about that macro. Yeah. Looks like, no problem, buddy. It's all good. That's why listen. We're just. It's all good, man. I'm to die again. We're just asking, right? It's all good. Yeah, I think that it would be under buffs, debuffs. I don't know. Status bar. I don't see anything. Like it's not turning. Oh, the status bar is a little timer bar underneath it. I see. Yeah, I want the whole thing to be a bar, not anyway. Yeah, I think probably the smartest thing for me to do is to try to replicate this UI as much as possible. Move a few things around. For instance, I want my player frame and my target to be up here, closer to my eyeballs, where my eyeballs will be, of course. This was like 5 years ago. Look at that, because it was January. That's crazy. Yeah, look. Oh yeah, it says it right here. 5 years ago, January 16th, 2021. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Do, 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 do. I mean, I feel like we just did this. Let me see. Okay, so navigate to uniframes, individual, player, or target. Okay, so uniframes, individual, player, select the debuffs tab. Select the debuff, wait. It says select the debuffs tab. I'm assuming it means in auras. Locate the setting for aura bars or show aura bars. Enable, I mean, that's what we had. Now you can adjust the size. Yeah, it's just nothing's popping up here unless, you know, there's just some kind of setting that we're not seeing. Because it's not changing the debuff here into a bar. Thank you for trying that and checking that. I appreciate it. Man, look at those damage meters, boys. Woo! Look at them damage meters. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good stuff right there. Go Bullseye. All right. I'm fully red on gear. Don't worry about it. I'll probably just wind up using... Here, hold on 1 second. Let me look at this. Down, here we go. All right, so this is a list of every add-on that I had installed. And you know what? Here, let's do this. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Stand by. Stand by. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do this and this. Okay, so let's do add-ons that are like critical, right? Critical. We'll do mandatory and nice to have. So for instance, bug grabber, we're just gonna go down the list, okay? Bug grabber, mandatory. Nice to have, Khalil's tracker. Okay. Now add-on skins is part of LVY, right? Let me look here. That just skins other things for LVY, if I'm not mistaken. Last update was in July of last year. Okay. I would be lying if I said I remembered exactly what this does. I think it's just a reskinner. I think. Let me look at another thing here. Oh no. Yeah, man, I swear to God, I'm like a daggum pendulum right now, swinging back and forth between I want LVY, nah, screw that, let's redo the UI. I want LVY, Nah, screw that, man. Let's do a new thing. And I just keep going back and forth. And right now I'm swinging back toward, maybe I should just rip off the band-aid and do something else. Maybe I should. Maybe simplicity is best. I cannot make up my mind. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Wait. Ah. You got it. Oh, slab. Do tell. Okay. Go into auras, aura bars. Scroll down to friendly aura type. Okay. Debuffs, I assume. Click debuffs, okay. Oh no. It should show, it does on mine. Okay, let's check my other setting. Oh wait, maybe enable debuffs there, maybe. There, right there, I had to select player auras. Okay, now, how do I, is it this? Is that how I move it? Let's see, oh, it's custom, debuff. Is that the most I can move? Oh no, okay, I can move it more. I'd have to be so pretty super specific. Thank you, Slab. Okay, now, okay, here comes the $1 million question. How do I get rid of the icons? Let's see. Do you have icons and the bar, Slab? Bum, 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 bum. I'm worried about this filter here, but maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe we'll have buffs or debuff. Okay, wait. So if I go into debuffs, let's see, debuffs. Let me turn off debuffs. That requires a reload. Let's reload. Oh wait, I have wait. Why do I have to have something targeted? Oh, that's not cool. Do you have to have yourself targeted or to have something targeted to see that debuff, Slab? No. 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 Okay, let's go into individual player auras. Debuffs enabled. Bum, 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 bum. Private auras. I wonder what this does. Custom. This is a lot of hard work. Check the messages I sent you. Wait, check the messages I sent. Jordan, can you resend them? I reloaded my UI. I might have deleted them. Oh wait, I can do it. Never mind. I can do it in my. Oh wait, no, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. Nope, never mind. That won't work. Hello, CERN. How are you? Good to see you. Just you know, fiddling with the UI, trying to figure things out. It's not showing in battle.net. Let me see. No, it's not showing in battle. Wait. No, it's not showing in battle.net because we're on the beta, Jordan. Oh my god, Slab, you're a beast. You got ice cream on your mouse pad? Oh my goodness. Well, I still don't know how I'm supposed to... So there are two problems. I see a debuff here. A debuff icon. And B, it fades whenever I don't have something targeted. I need it to persist. So I'm not sure... Let's see, maybe fader? No. Bum 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 dum 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 dum. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to fiddle with it, I suppose. Or I can just download Elcano's buff bars and it pretty much works out of the box. Decisions. Ding ding. Open aura bars, general, and attach to, and put detach from frame. You can freely move it, and that's because it's attached to your debuff bar. Will fade because you have it set to when not targeting or in combat. Oh wait, let me read that again. Okay, open auras bar. Okay, auras, aura bars, general, and attach to and put detach from frame. Okay. Let's see. Attach to. Oh, okay. Detach from frame. Okay. You can freely move it. Oh, wait, now it's gone. Wait, what the? Oh, it's over here now. Okay. So I can go to movers. Oh, okay. Yep. That's nice. Okay. That's very helpful. Thank you. It's actually very helpful. But why do I still have an icon as well? So if I go to my buffs and debuffs, you'll see that I have debuffs disabled. So where's this icon coming from? Maybe it's target? No, target debuffs are right there. Yeah, it can't be target because now I'm targeting something that's not me. Where does that icon come from? Turn debuffs off. Okay, aura debuffs that. Ah, there we go. Okay, turn debuffs off. Okay. Okay, now how do I get... Okay. We have solved almost every problem other than it fading. How do I... Let's see. Because attached to debuff storage will fade because you have set it to when not target. Okay, so how do we fix the fade issue? Let's see. Fade. Okay, anchor, attach. Sort by sort, friendly aura. Smooth. Boom. Let's go back to individual player, aura bar. that part of your UI off. I see. Ah, yeah, that's okay. See, that's garbage. So I have fader enabled on my individual frame, like my player frame. I see. That's dumb. Okay, so this is all for nothing. Sorry, Slab, you wasted gold for nothing. I can't live this way. I can't live this way, Slababoos. I need to be able to see it in and out of combat. Well, Jordan, Slababoos, thank you both for your assistance. We got content out of this? Yeah, if you want to call it that, sure. Sure.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Yeah, anyway, I just... I'm just sitting here and again, I just keep going back and forth with LVY. Do I want to use LVY? Or do I want to just rebuild everything with more add-ons? Because what do I need to replace LVY? Enhanced quality of life, better character panel or whatever it's called, right? The unit frame thing that Paul was talking about earlier. And I'm sure a dozen other add-ons that I'm not thinking about. Oh, Elkana's buff bars, but I'm going to use that anyway. But I'm sure I'm going to, I'll wind up thinking about more add-ons than that. Can you unhaltered? What does that mean? I'm sorry. Can I use unhaltered? You talking about the uniframes? Are you asking can I use those types of uniframes, Jordan? Jordan is typing. Please stand by. Jordan is still typing. Okay. Typing up a lengthy message. Yeah, you can use unhaltered instead of my typing didn't follow my brain. Yes. My boar! My boar! Don't I hate when I get stuck under a long what? Get him, Wyvern. Get him, Wyvern. Get him. I see. I see. Hello, Keybound husband. How do you do? A log and WoW kicks you off. Yes. What weak horse am I using? Oh, why you gotta be that way, Actus? Why you gotta be that way, man? I wish I was still using weak ores, believe me. Believe me. Oh my god, Keybound, that's insane. That's crazy. Wow. Every once in a while, I stumble upon something from Static back in the days. It was a long time ago, man. That is nuts. I bet that's always such a fun trip down memory lane, though, you know? I think it's probably in my best interest to keep using LVY. I guess. But maybe I should try to replicate everything first. I mean, again, I have time. I have literal weeks. I'm just such a sucker for stinking add-ons, man. Yeah, I'm spinning my wheels right now, Keybound. I just don't know exactly what I want to use. I'm just not quite sure yet. I think I'm going to try to move away from LVY, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Miss my Street Fighter weak ore for my monk. Oh, that's funny. This is a genuine question, Frosty. What? Like, what this is a genuine question. What does Bartender do that LVY doesn't do? Like, Bartender just lets you move around your action bars and reskin them, right? Like, it's just an action bar add-on. So what does Bartender do that LVY doesn't? I see. So there's, I can't, like, for instance, I think that there is a reason to use Plater over the LVY nameplates, and that was especially true, you know, before midnight. But I still think I still think there are reasons to use Plater, you know, over LVY. But I can't imagine there's a reason to use Bartender over LVY action bars. I don't think action bars are anything that, like, they don't do anything other than just sit there, right? So I feel like that's a bad example, is my point. But things like Plater, probably a better example. What else? Oh, Baginator is a good example. The LVY bag, it's functional, it works, but Baginator does more. It is better. Trying to think of what else, but yeah. I understand. Because I feel the same way, yeah. I do feel the same way. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, obviously, I'm going to keep this screenshot of my UI folder. I have thousands of hours of footage of my Mythic Plus UI, my Raid UI, etc. over the years. So I know that I can consult what I've done and made in the past, but I think that ultimately it just makes the most sense for me to just rebuild from the ground up. And it's gonna I'm such a dadgum perfectionist when it comes to my UI. I don't think I can get it done in a day or two. It's probably going to take me multiple days of teeny tiny tweaks, but that's just the nature of the beast for me. I feel like LVY uses so much of my computer. I use less RAM with LVY than I do with a bunch of other add-ons. Wait, I feel like that was contradictory. What are you saying there, Frosty? It's all good, Slab. Don't worry about it. It's I understand what you're saying, Frosty. I just wanted to make sure that I understood. Yeah. Yeah, you can see there, like, L was using, you know, what is that, 30 megabytes? And then, oh wait, and then there's the LVY libraries. That's another 6 megabytes. But see, here's my thing. Like, right now, LVY is using 36-ish megabytes. What does that even mean? Like, I genuinely don't know how it all calculates, because I've got 64 gigs of RAM. Right now, you know, right now I'm using, you know, 25% of my CPU sitting still. I'm using 40% of my RAM with OBS and WoW running. Like what does 30 megabytes across 64 gigabytes mean? Like, what does it actually mean? How much does that actually impact performance? I have no idea. Like, if it was using, you know, 8 gigs, I'd be like, oh, that's a lot. that's a lot. But what does 36 megabytes ultimately mean in the grand scheme of things? I have no idea. And how much memory will adding in 4, 5, 6, 12, you know, 18, however many add-ons I use to replace LVY, how much will that all add up to? I don't know until I actually install it and get everything set up, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I'm also a big believer, Keybound Husband, the way that I've heard it explained over the years, and you know, I've been a techie. I've been in the computer world for a very long time, so I'm curious to know what you guys think about this statement. When you're looking at your CPU, when you're looking at your GPU, when you're looking at your RAM, when you're looking at your hardware, when you're looking at your software, your operating system, whatever, right? Your GPU is there to be used. Now, if it's trying to pull too much, if it's trying to do too much, that's when you start running into issues. But if you're using 40 out of 64 gigabytes of RAM, that's not a bad thing. It's there to be used, right? If you're using, I'm explaining this poorly, so forgive me, but then of course you run into the issue of using more resources can lead to, you know, frame loss and stutter and so on and so forth. But it's not a bad thing to be using what you have, as long as it's not degrading performance and affecting performance. I'm learning a lot about LVY. That's good. Me too. Me too. Let's see. Control and shift click toggle CPU profiling? What does that do? Oh, look at that, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Shows you FPS average, lowest, and highest. That's neat. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Did not mean to reload the UI there. Using CPU profiling, this causes decreased performance. Do you want to disable? Yeah, I want to disable it. What the heck, man? I'll be right back. Computer takes 2-3 minutes to load up. Ooh. Holy crap, Slab. What? Dude, that hardware is insane. What the junk? Holy crap. Hey, Slab. How about you send me what you use? I'll send you what I use. My hardware plays the game really well. Your hardware plays the game better, which means that it'll help me stream better, huh? What are you saying, buddy? I'll even pay for shipping. I'll pay for shipping, no problem, man. Good God, Slab. What a great deal. Jeez Louise, partner. Sweet googly moogly. All right, okay, so if I don't use LVY, I do need something like bartender, lol. Hey, you see the stuff at the bottom of my screen, like gold, the time, FPS. Underneath my webcam, I have things like wait, I just drooled a little, I think. Here we go. If I pull this back up, you can see in the bottom middle of my screen, yeah, you'll see like different currencies and the days played. Like what add-on? Ooh, combat timer. What add-on handles that outside of LVY? Yes, and that's the guy that makes DBM. Absolutely, yeah. Very familiar with him. Jordan says, tell Slababoos to go into Task Manager. There's a startup calculator that will tell him what's affecting his load times. Oh. Slab, I'll say that again. Go into your Task Manager. There is a startup calculator that will tell you what is affecting your load times. Interesting, I didn't know that. Hey, Guarok, what's up, dude? Boot time isn't just about drive speed. You have things like fast boot, speed it up, expensive, more in-depth checking for errors. Yeah, my wife and I have thought about how different our lives would be without our kids, of course. Kids are expensive. Kids are really expensive, let me tell you. Good thing I love them. They are good kids. Bum, bum. I feel like this is a really clean looking UI, you know? Really, I like it. I like it. I should download this guy's UI. Use that. That's true. They wouldn't exist without me, Frosty. That's true. I feel like there aren't enough people talking about how you can't control the vertical spacing on nameplates, or am I just not hearing it? That's my #1 complaint right now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, wasn't that a feature in? That used to be a feature, didn't it? In Plater? Where's the search bar? Where's the search? Where is their search? Spacing. What about? Type invert. No. Oh, I don't know. Copy from personal bar. No, I'd have to look into the settings. I don't know off the top of my head. It's an advanced. Okay, advanced. The space between each nameplate vertically when stacking is enabled. So this right here, it looks like. Yeah, nameplate overlap percent, either horizontally or vertically. Hey, look at that. We just solved a problem. Nice. Nice. Does that option actually work? I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's... How do I... Let's see. I see no change. Agreed. I don't see any change here. Let's get in combat. Now is stacking on? I guess that's the next question. Oh, it's locked right now, of course. Okay, so right now there's a lot of overlap. How do I see if stacking is on? Is that something in the Blizzard UI? Or is there something in Plater I'd want to fool with? Dang boar. Dang boar. Oh no, I'm dead. Okay, never mind. All right, so that was with the setting at 0.93. Let's go like 1.25 and let's see if there's a noticeable difference here. Stacking may not be on. Ugh. Options, nameplates. Stack nameplates. Yeah, it says it's on for enemy units, yeah. Let's check Plater settings here. Okay, interface options from the client, stacking enemy nameplates. All right, let's enable that. Okay. I don't see any difference. I see no change or difference. Again, I'm not saying that I'm doing this correctly, mind you, but says important to set the amount of space between each nameplate. See nameplate vertical padding option below. Please check the auto tab settings, set up automatic toggling of this option. Okay. Set nameplate vertical padding. Let me just search for. Yeah, it's not popping up on a search. It's probably an old tooltip. Back under advanced. What are add-ons? Taurus Brat, I don't know if you're being serious. If you are being serious, add-ons are just ways to change how information is either presented, how your interface looks. If you are brand new to the game, I would encourage you not to worry about add-ons much, if at all, because it is a slippery slope of what you see me doing, which is just having interfaces open, trying to tweak little tiny things here and there. I personally love it. I've been playing MMOs since 1999, so for me, add-ons are just very much a part of the experience for me. But if you're brand new to WoW, the default UI does a perfectly fine job getting you going. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. There are some add-ons that would enhance your experience leveling and just experiencing the game, but I still wouldn't worry too much about it if I were you. Now that said, if you have questions, if you're confused about something, please feel free to ask. We have a lot of people in chat that A, are very helpful, and B, know a lot of stuff. Bottom left in the client settings, vertical overlap tops off at 2.2-ish. So like, okay, never mind. Bottom left in the client settings. Okay, client settings, here we go. Oh, right here, nameplate overlap, I see. Let's crank that up. I still see a bunch of overlap though. Like, I don't see any real change, Keybound. I don't know. I asked in the chat for help to locate a place I needed to go for a quest and nobody told me. Let's see. What? Okay, are you familiar with Wowhead, Taurus Brat? Wowhead is your one-stop shop for most things related to questing and so on and so forth. Here, let me pull up my... It's right here. It's like we can go to Wowhead. Ooh, you about to learn, Taurus Brat. You about to learn. So go to Wowhead. What do you know the name of the quest that you're trying to do? No, you get out of here, Frosty. Get out of here. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. What to do, what to do, what to do. Bum, 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 bum. Had to go look. It's called Dark Storms. Okay, so let's look up Dark Storms. So on wowhead.com, assuming you're playing retail, please make sure that, you know, maybe you're playing classic, I don't know, but if assuming you're playing retail, you can type in the name of the quest, and you can see here it pops up dark storms. You can verify that the database is talking about quests, because sometimes there are items that are named the same thing as, I mean, it's been 20+ year old game, so just make sure you would click on quest here. Then you can scroll down, and oftentimes you can find comments saying, hey, do this, do that, etc. But you can also find a map here that sometimes points you in the right direction. So what's this? This says use the scouting map and complete the mission Dark Storms. Okay. So I'm assuming maybe something is in your inventory you have to use. I don't know. Be sure to finish the Falling Star questline if you want to continue the Order Hall questline. The heck? Bum bum bum. Oh, if you open your map in game, you can shift click your quest and also copy the name of the quest. Also, ooh, nicely done. So it looks like this is a series, a paladin quest line. Is that right? Yeah. Sometimes there are videos associated with it. That's helpful. Screenshots. But you can watch somebody do it, I suppose. This is from September of 2016. If that's, I'm assuming that's September 2nd, not February 9th, but still. Yeah, anyway. This is where I would start, Taurus. Faux show, faux show. You're very welcome. If you need anything beyond that, please don't be afraid to ask. I dare say I speak for all of us when I say we would be happy to help. Dum 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 dum. A lot of us read that. You can use this Discord if you want more to help. Yeah, you can always jump in Discord too. That's a good point. All right, I'm starving. When I get back, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm heating up some
Chicken fried rice. All right.
here should also be a newcomers chat in game. Usually helpful. Also true, yeah. Also true. Okay. If I open up my wow up here. Look at this. Oh my god. Let's check for updates. So right now in my retail folder, of course, weak ores isn't going to be updated. That's weird. Oh, this is already updated for 12. Okay, I can see it there. It's already updated for 12.4. Okay, or 12.0, not 12.4. Speedy auto loot is already updated. This is updated. Okay, Shadow and Light has not been updated yet. I love Shadow and Light. Do 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 do. So that has not been updated. A quick quest is pre-made group finder is not. Postal isn't. What? Nah. Hold on, I need postal. Postal's a non-negotiable for me. I need this. Do. Okay. All right, I can actually update postal on my own. That's no big deal. That's been updated. What is this? Opie. Opie hasn't been updated yet? Interesting. Omni CD is dead, of course. Don't need Legion Remix Helper. Crowley's extended vendor UI has been updated. Key count. Can't remember what this is. Let me see what key count is. Doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo. Bum. I don't think I care about key count. Alright, so I can get rid of key count, whatever. Can I like right click this and oh yeah, I can just remove it, whatever. Let's just remove it. Remove Omni CD. Remove this. Remove weak auras. Let's see. That I want to wait to see if it updates. Pre-made group finder. Which one is this? I can never remember which one this is. Well, right now it's not available, so I'm not too worried about it. Postal, I can update manually. Let's go back through real quick just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Pet Walker, I think I'm going to, oh no, I'll keep it, whatever. I'm going to remove Opie because I never personally use it. Let me remove this. Crowley's extended is updated. Okay, Heckley, goodbye. Andy Notes has been updated. GTFO has not been updated. Interesting. Do I even use GTFO anymore? I don't even know if I use this anymore, in all seriousness. Oh, it looks like there is an update, version 5.19.6. Huh. That's weird. Oh, no, number that was for January 19th. Interesting. Does GTFO even do anything anymore? I'm just gonna uninstall it. I don't think I need it. Let's remove that. Here's Elcano's. Elitism helper. What does this do again? Small universe add on the goal to raise awareness of avoidable damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Whatever. Remove that. Easy delete confirm. Is there a better add-on for that now? I don't know. Death Note. I think I'll just remove that. It's always buggy. Cause database. This was for like weak ores and stuff, right? Yeah, for raid and dungeon weak ores. Yep. Get rid of this. Bug sack, bug grabber, better wardrobe and transmog. I don't know what this is. Surprised this hasn't been updated yet. Let me view this. Okay, it looks like this is being updated, so I guess I can just leave it. Advanced death logs. I'm just gonna uninstall this for now. Then add-on skins I'll keep. So like 98% of what I use is either ready to be updated or has been updated or is in the middle of being updated, etc., etc. So that's good. Is there anything else I don't need? Like, I don't need this anymore, so let's remove that. Oh, remix artifact tracker, don't need that anymore. Probably don't need the War Within handy notes anymore, so let me remove that. Sure, we can remove that. Who cares? I don't think I need click anymore. Let's remove that. So a lot of these are like redundant. Like, I don't need auto potion. I don't need be quiet because enhanced QOL. This is kind of what I'm talking about, to where I need to. I'm looking at all this stuff, and I need to. Oh, this weekend I'm going to uninstall WoW and reinstall it, and then just start adding these things back in one at a time. Probably starting with enhanced quality of life. Slap. I'll be right back. My air fryer's done. Hmm. 47 updates. Thank you very much. How dare you exaggerate? How dare you? The nerve of this guy, I swear. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Let's release. Oh, pet's dead. Okay, no big deal. Yeah, my point is it's 47 updates, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is what, 62? I've only got 62. Thank you very much. How dare you exaggerate by 20. Outlandish claims.
outrageous.
Yeah, like for instance, I've used advanced interface options for a very long time. But what do I really, I genuinely don't know what I use it for these days. How many did you have before deleting? I probably deleted less than 10. I don't remember. We'd have to go back and look and count. The point is, it wasn't 20. I know that much. Yeah, like what do I even use advanced interface options for at this point? I don't remember. It's a great add-on. It's extremely helpful. But you know, there's a reason why I want to completely wipe the slate clean and rebuild from the ground up, is because I have decades worth of tweaks that are no longer necessary, relevant, or even possible. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but even then, not using it now. Yeah, exactly. All right, air fryer's done. My rice is done being heated up. I'm gonna go get my food, and I shall return. And I have maybe no. Do I have something for us? Wait, never mind. I had something for us, and then I decided it wasn't worth watching, so never mind. Bum 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 bum. Dum 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 dum. All right, I've got something for us. I'm actually gonna let this play while I'm going to get my food real quick. That way, you guys can enjoy it. And yeah, I'll be right back. BRB.
My name is Dal, and recently Blizzard revealed some of the roadmaps regarding the future content and updates for World of Warcraft, specifically focusing mostly on the expansion of Midnight, as well as all the content we can expect after the expansion launches. A huge portion of Season 1 content can actually be experienced right now in the beta. We know we get a couple of new raids, a brand new season of Mythic Plus, but also things like the prey system, the evolution of the delves, and other content that you may be able to experience throughout that first season. But there's always been a question as to what do you expect in the future, and it looks like Blizz has a bunch of new content, from additional massive improvements regarding the housing system to more raids that are going to be made available in between actual seasonal raid tiers, like bonus fights for you to experience before a brand new season is finally here. They got a bunch of new experimental content and a massive evolution of delves called labyrinths that is going to be made available at some point in the future. So for today's video, I want to take a much closer look at the entire roadmap that we have regarding Midnight specifically, and everything you can expect regarding new upcoming future content for the year of 2026. With that being said, as always, if you guys want to keep up with regular Midnight updates, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe if you want to see more updates like these or much deeper dives into any of these features in the future. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So out of all the features that is going to be heavily invested into Midnight, it looks like housing is going to be a system that they are not going to be backing down from anytime soon going forward. So if you're playing Midnight just for the housing components, then this might be the best expansion for you. For housing, they're looking to make many changes, and we don't really know when those changes are going to come out. If this is something that's going to be released like early on into the development of the expansion or later down the line. But they're looking to heavily invest into the housing aspects, like being able to give players the ability to include pets and mounts and integrate them as part of your decor within your home. Like, you should be able to allow your pets to roam inside of like certain rooms or even the entirety of your house, so they could just go all over the place, or possibly set them to like a specific location. Like if you want to have a little pet corner with a bunch of pets hanging out, you should be able to. They also want to give players the ability to integrate like your mounts, maybe some free special ones to be hitched outside of your house. So if you have like a stable, you can just display those mounts there. So all of you that maybe want to show off your gladiator mounts from all the previous seasons, you'll now be able to, not just by only riding that mount in a capital city, but now you can just have them be shown off at your home when you are away. So I think that adds a very unique way for you to add those collectathons of, you know, mounts, transmogging, and finding ways to integrate them as part of the housing feature in a very fun and an exciting way.
videos.
They also want to give players the ability to mass select decoration items to move them together. So if let's say you have like a table and a bunch of decor on that table, or a bookshelf that's really filled with a bunch of like doodads and little items that you put on the shelves. And normally if you want to move those items, you have to first move the shelf and then place all the items back on the table or back on the shelf. They want to give players the ability to mass select a bunch of items together and be able to move them together. Specifically for players that maybe have created some really interesting art pieces, or maybe like you created, like in their video, it was a piano as an example. If it's like multiple different pieces together to make it look like a piano and you want to move it all in once, you will be able to. They also want to add a feature for you to be able to copy and paste items, which is a much requested feature because placing all the decor in a very, like getting those books and all these items in a very specific size and scale and shape, being able to copy paste it is only usable through add-ons. So the fact that they're adding that as a feature, I think is going to be really, really good long term. They also want to give players the ability to import and export housing designs. So if let's say there's an awesome room that you have in your home, or just an awesome outdoor decoration, and you want to share it with everybody else so they can copy it if they wanna, you'll be able to do so later in the future. This would be great for players that don't really have the creativity to be able to craft some awesome crafts or be able to combine things together into insane creations. But now you can add those creations to your home as long as another player has shared those imports. So that's going to be really, really awesome. And I think it's going to help build on the community aspect of housing even further. They also want to give players who are creative but bigger budgets to place into items inside of the home and outside of the home, because part of it is some technical limitations apparently when it comes to budgets of like the outdoors of your home, especially when it comes to lighting systems. But as they're improving on the whole housing system, they're looking to increase those budgets to give players even more ways for you to be able to decorate various parts of your house, which is obviously a good feature. Again, like I said earlier, we don't really know if all of these things are going to be made available immediately with midnight launches, or is this going to be something that will trickle out slowly over time as we're playing and making our way through the midnight patches and seasons. But they're apparently getting even bigger updates for housing on the horizon, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually implemented all these features pretty early on, as so far they've been able to do a lot of that recently. Some of the features they plan to do it after midnight launches actually got added during the pre-patch event instead. So possibly we'll be getting all these various housing components rolling out much sooner than anybody would have expected. As for the actual future patch content, they were a bit sparse on the detailed info, but they did give us a lot of more things to look forward to when it comes to the actual expansion of Midnight and the actual end game content and features. Like, we already know what's going to be available during Season 1 of Midnight, with the dungeons, the raids, all of those things have actually been there and partially, in some cases, made available for testing over in the beta realms. But what about some of the content that follows that afterwards? And now that we have a roadmap, we got a bit more info. Patch 11.05, which is going to be apparently launching shortly after Season 1 launches, is apparently adding even more new world content and some kind of like a void invasion system. So if you played during expansion of Legion and you saw Legion invasions from back then, it very much sounds like a Legion invasion, but like a void style instead. Just all over the original zones of the what's going to be available within Midnight, from the Isle of Quel'Thalas, you know, the Eversong Woods, the Zulaman, and all those other zones like Harandara and the Void Storm. So there's going to be more opportunity for players to get even more open world content, possibly even more catch-ups really, really early on. And they even got a little mini game called like a prop hunt. They're going to have their own special name for it in the future. It looks like it's a decor duels or something along those lines. But essentially using the decor system for players to be able to disguise themselves as a prop within the open world. Some players are going to be the ones hiding as decor, while others will be hunting them down to try to see if they can find all the decor. Prop hunts have always been minigames in other games, so it makes sense for them to add that into WoW as like something for you to do while waiting for the next seasonal content, while you're still doing all these seasonal updates and likely will be having some class refreshes along the side, but it's just more like as a bonus reward. Afterwards, we actually will be getting patch 12.07, which is going to feature a new raid. It's a single boss raid instead of like a full tier, but it's something that they haven't done in a very long time. And it looks like it's going to be a spore-themed encounter, which the boss itself and the environment really does give me some of those TBC feels about it, the vibes, the whole spore thing going on. And there's an opportunity for them to add additional boss encounters for us to experience outside of the normal raid tier roster, which is exciting because they haven't done something like this since Battle for Azeroth. I think this is literally the last expansion when they've done any type of small bite-sized raid bosses, which they used to do a lot more in previous expansions way back in the day. Even back in TBC, Wrath of Lich King, they used to have those mini bite-sized encounters, and I'm kind of glad that they bring it back in, because it gives them an opportunity to give raid players specifically more challenges and possibly even better rewards as a fight, as an encounter that you can experience in between of a raid tier.
1 second. Something I read, I want to know your opinion. So Dal is talking about the 2 raids that are coming between patches. And somebody, I think it was on Reddit, brought up a good point. It's like, okay, listen. I love the fact that we're getting, you know, a boss, a raid, whatever between raids. But hear me out. Would it be a better idea to add a boss or 2 to an existing raid that has already been released that tier? For example, add the boss to the Dream Rift. That way, there is less development time because you don't have to make a whole new zone or convert an existing zone or whatever. People are already in those raids, or it gives them a reason to continue going back to those raids. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think it's better to have a whole new raid, or would it make sense to add a boss or 2 to the existing raid or raids that you've already been doing that tier?
Possibly including some new mechanics or some kind of unique rewards for players to obtain while you're waiting for a full-on tier to become available. And I think more stuff like this is going to be likely down in the future, as they're looking to invest more time into making more encounters and more raid bosses for players to experience in between of raid tiers as well. So I'm actually really excited to see more content like this on the horizon. And then we have patch 12.1. It's going to be a brand new seasonal content update. However, they gave us very, very little info on it. They said there's going to be a new raid, new Mythic Plus season, new set of delves, a bunch of new rewards, new PvP rewards, but they couldn't really give us more, since apparently a lot of that season 2 content is going to be very, very spoiler heavy if they were to reveal it now, and it's going to be tied to anything story-wise that happens in season 1 specifically. But they did say that during season 2, they are going to apparently have some new social features, like a better opportunity for you to manage your friends within Battle.net. So I imagine some of those add-ons that usually do the friend management within BNet, and maybe even categorization of all your friends on your list, it looks like some of those features are going to be made available during that season. Following season 2 in the patch 12.1.5, there's going to be some new content called Labyrinths, which is essentially an evolution of the Delve system. They like the idea of mega dungeons that they added and started doing a lot more of them since Legion, where essentially they made like a massive dungeon. So instead of just a dungeon with 3 to 4 bosses, it's an 8 boss instance that you actually do have to crawl through. It's a massive space. It's a big, like, bombastic version of what a dungeon normally is. And essentially want to apply that mega dungeon feel, but instead of delve content specifically. So essentially it looks like from the map, it's like a bunch of delves weaved together in this labyrinthine type of a way, where players can explore all parts of this delve, or even only parts of this delve, and earn a variety of rewards from these labyrinths, especially for those players that are willing to explore the entirety of that labyrinth from the get-go. It looks like they're building on some of the existing systems that we had in the past, things like Torghast from Shadowlands, mega dungeons of like Legion and expansions that followed, but also it's an expansion on the delve system in itself to try to create much bigger, larger spaces, which I'm actually excited about, because part of delves is the aspect of exploration. However, delves generally are small in terms of their scope and space, so there's only so much you can really explore. But a labyrinth could really delve into the whole exploratory aspect. Like imagine the type of secrets and special encounters you could add into a labyrinth type of a delve that may have all these different environments that possibly change or rotate as time goes on. I feel like it's just an opportunity to create a space for some great new content to expand on that system specifically. Following that, we have the patch 12.1.7, which is apparently going to have a new standalone game mode for World of Warcraft, very similar to a Plunderstorm if you experienced that in the past, or possibly Legion Remix. However, while there's not a lot of details on what this mode is going to be, a while...
Good old Plunderstorm. Good old Plunderstorm. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, Shepto. Shep2. The itemization component. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it no matter what. Excuse me. I think that it's going to be a breath of fresh air, and I mean more raid content for the win for me. More raid content for the win. Okay. Now, let me think. If I go to WoW up. I know that add-on skins has not been updated. Although maybe I can just update it. There's no comment section. Okay. Easy delete confirm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Color Toad. Yeah, I suppose we'll see. Tell me when works? Dude, am I gonna have to go back to using tell me when? Holy moly. Color Toad, yeah, we'll see if anything like that ever happens. Oh my god, if they ever add a bard class. Stop, yes, yes! Yeah, I think that they would have to, I don't know, it doesn't make me feel icky, to use your own, word. I think that it would, if done properly, would work seamlessly. For instance, and I'm gonna make this up on the spot, okay? Let's look at Dream Rift. Hold on. That was a big sneeze. Anyway, we have one boss in Dream Rift. The Dream Rift is kind of like a bunch of floating islands. When the raid launches in mid-March, maybe there is an island. Again, I'm making this up. I'm not saying this is a good idea. I'm just giving an example. But when you zone in, you kill some trash, you fly to Chimeris's island. You fight, you kill Chimeris. But around Chimeris's island, there are one, maybe two other islands that have, like, a golden dome around one and a purple dome around the other. And we, as players, because Blizzard has told us, said, hey, that golden dome island is going to be a boss that we add in 1205, and that purple dome island is going to be a boss that we add in 1207, just to give you guys something extra to enjoy and look forward to before the 12-1 raid. That way it gets, you know, it gives us something to do, something to look forward to. Like I think it was Colored Toad. Yeah, Colored Toad said those bosses can give you weapons and trinkets that are, you know, 5-6 item levels stronger than what you're currently using, just to give you something to chase and something to sink your teeth into once you have everything on farm. And if you don't have it on farm, like if you don't have all of the tier 1 or season 1 midnight raids on farm, no big deal. Those in that injection of gear will help you continue to progress in the other raids. So I think that they could do it properly, Latham. That's not what they're doing. So I mean, it's 6 one way, half a dozen another for me. I'm not. I personally don't care that much. It's just something that I read, and I can see the appeal and I can see the benefit. But there's also just something fun and exciting about a whole new raid as well. Hey, Lizzie. Your live took me longer than I care to admit to realize you streamed from your podcast, but I may... I'm sorry, wait. Lizzie, are you saying you didn't... So, to be clear, you're saying you didn't know that I streamed throughout the week? In other words, you thought that my channel was only for the podcast? I see. I can definitely rectify that. I'll say... At the from now on, when the podcast starts, I'm gonna say, hey, I stream Monday through Friday. Come check me out, baby. That's actually good feedback, Lizzie. Thank you. Yeah, I try, keyword try. I try to make sure that like 99% of the podcast is about my guests and about, you know, giving them the platform and giving them the microphone and putting the spotlight on them. I think that's really, really important. I don't want the podcast to be about me and for me and stuff. I kept going, where is he getting these polls? Oh my. The bearded beauty known as Brutal streams most days. That's true. I think my hang up is because I'm thinking about raids like Mana Forge Omega ones from before patch 12, and just dropping new boss in there just doesn't feel right. Right, yeah, I mean, Latham, I think an easy fix for Mana Forge Omega is, again, not to say that Blizzard's gonna do this every patch or every raid, but to use MFO, you know how there are those little teleport things in MFO where you like, you zip
nice
around?
Subby. Let's hop in the
Latham!
tubby.
Yes!
I didn't say it.
Lizzie, welcome to the sub club, baby. Woo! But you know how you can zip around the to different platforms, have one of those little things set up for like, and have a platform that's closed off. Maybe the doodad is broken. And again, Blizzard lets us know in advance, hey, see that broken doodad? That will be fixed in 1205, 1207, 1215, 1217, whatever it is. There will be 1 or 2 bosses that you can access there when those patches go live, just to extend your content and to give you something new and fun and something else to do. I'm not sitting here saying that's a better idea than what they are doing, nor am I saying that people would enjoy that more. Again, this is just something that I read, and that you know, it's just a good talking point. So thank you, Latham. You're amazing, but you already knew that. You already knew that. All right, I gotta do something. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I found your taco. I'll go update your taco. Stand by. Stand by, my guy. Hey, this is the last day of January that I'm streaming, don't forget. The next day, the next time you see me after today will be February 1st, Sunday, for a new podcast episode. Food, yummy. Brutal, do we have a guest list for the first podcast of February? Yes. That is this Sunday. Whisper, Obley, and who's the last person? Oh, and then Shaw. Yes. So those three esteemed gentlemen will be on the podcast this weekend, February 1st. And then the weekend after that, I have not announced yet. But I do have 3 guests lined up. I'm ahead of the game this week, baby. Woo! Dagnabbit. These little sticky thingies. There we go. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this on the wall, and then I'm gonna update Latham with his 1 additional gifted sub. Please stand by. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. I'm sorry that you're not reading my Discord, reading my Twitter, paying attention to events, watching the video, because I said who the guests are in all of those areas, Jerush. So how dare you, sir? How dare you? Outlandish, outrageous. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should I... hold on. Let me go back to this. Slabby, the parents are fighting. I think, because what I was about to do is I was about to update all of these add-ons. But I think, again, I think the smartest thing for me to do is to fully... I mean, I'm going to fully uninstall WoW and reinstall it. So to do that, and then just to add add-ons back in one at a time. What UI manager? That's a WoW up. WoW up. WoW up. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I don't know what the benefit or the difference is between the 2 clients, Latham. I've used WoW Up for a number of years now, but yeah, I don't know, beats me. Anyway, Lizzie, if you're still out there, thank you for being here. Congratulations on your sub, and I will do better during the next podcast saying, hey, by the way, I stream. You should come watch me. Take a page out of Lizzie Berry's book. You guys want to be let in on a little secret? I'm feeling under the weather. As the day has unfolded, I have felt worse, which I am not excited about, obviously. Not excited about at all. All right, let's see here. This the guests for this weekend's podcast are, we will do at Obley_wow, at Shaw_IRL, at Whisper TTV. Join us on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me make sure I spelled all that correctly. Yes. All right, I got it updated, Drush. No worries. Thank you. Thank you. Live Sundays, 2 p.m. normally. That's not true at all. That's not true whatsoever. All right, cool. Got that taken care of. Let's see, shall we? Got anything going on in Discord right now? Let's take a gander. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba. Let me check YouTube real quick. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Mr. Sandman. All right, we're good there. All right, everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. No worries, no worries. I could begin the process of uninstalling and reinstalling WoW now. I suppose it really wouldn't affect streaming. I don't think it'll affect my stream. So let me think out loud. If I wanted to completely eradicate everything related to WoW on my PC, like retail, I'm not going to touch beta. The best way to do that is to uninstall it through the battle.net launcher, right? And then, after it's been uninstalled in the battle.net launcher, I could go into, Windows, verify that it's been uninstalled, then go into my C drive and verify it's all been destroyed and so on and so forth, right? I mean, I'm assuming the launcher will uninstall everything that needs to be uninstalled. Does Whisper have YouTube? Yeah, yes he does, Druish, yeah. Do you need me to link you the URL? Right, Liz, right. Right. Yes, right, of course, yes, right. All right, so the question becomes, should I just go for it? Yeah, I believe that's correct, Drush. Yeah. Should I just do it? Let me see. What to do? I guess I should save, like, do I have any... Here, hold on one second. Do I have any screenshots? I have one screen... I have one screenshot in my WoW folder. One. That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Okay. Da 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 da. You know what I could do is I could update all my let me think about this. I could update all my add-ons for retail, log into retail, open up, say, the details option panel, and then take a screenshot of everything. Or just, get the profile link. That would probably be better, right? Yeah, dude, I'm not feeling good at all right now. I'm trying not to let it affect me, but I am feeling crummy at the moment. Holy moly. Add real-time DPS info in the nameplate? Does that still work? Add real-time DPS info only from you in the nameplate? Damage taken. Does that work for real? Real-time DPS in the nameplate? I don't think that works anymore. I'm being murdered! Help! Help! That is Brutal's dread of having to wipe and start fresh with WoW. Yes, it really, really, really is. No joke. It's like, oh my god, do I really have to go through this? Do I really have to completely reset everything? Oh, decisions. I mean, I know I have to do something, of course. Again, it's just paralysis by analysis right now for me. Which route? And it's not so much which route is the route of least resistance. It's which route is the best route to give me what I want, how I want it, etc. And I think ultimately it's just of course, no matter what, I'm gonna completely reinstall WoW. But I think it's just gonna have to be rebuilding the UI piece by piece. You pronounce route as root? Well, then you are wrong. I've never been a root guy. I've been a route. Rename your WoW retail directory. When you reinstall, it'll create a new empty wait. Rename your WoW retail directory. When you reinstall, wait, you're saying just go into my C drive and rename World of Warcraft to like World of Warcraft old, and then the game will be forced to install a new copy. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Like for example, like right here, I would just rename the WoW folder like World of Warcraft old. Da, 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 da. No, don't do that. Okay. Oh. Let me go and see retail. What's this folder? It's 15 gigs. Okay. That's 132 gigs. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Latham. Okay. I see. Dum 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 dum. How big's my WTF folder? What does WTF stand for in the WoW folder? I know it's not what the, obviously. What does it stand for? I've never looked it up. I've never Googled it. I wonder what it means. Somebody find out. Wally the frog. Brutal down. All right, I think I'm just gonna go for it. I think I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid. Bum 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 bum. In WoW, the WTF folder stands for Warcraft text file, or sometimes referred to as the WoW text files. A crucial directory that stores your client-side character settings, account-wide config. Yeah, nice. Thanks, thanks Latham and Stridro. Thanks, guys. Man, I'm scared. I'm scared. But you know what? I think again, if there has ever been a time to do this, it's now. The more you know, yeah. Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. All right, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm ready to uninstall. I copied my WTF folder just in case I need something from it. I don't have anything in the screenshots folder. I made a backup of my WF. Yeah. I'm doing the exact same thing. Yep. I've got my WTF folder. My save variables is inside my WTF folder. I have nothing in my screenshots folder. Nothing else I need to do, right, guys? We good? Are we ready? This is it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Are you sure you wish to uninstall WoW and remove all files? Oh. Time. Good luck. Godspeed. Ah! And so it begins. Removing file. Oh, that's it? Oh, that was fast. Okay. Well, that was fast. All right. All right. It has been uninstalled. Let's check my file explorer here. Copy my UI. It's the best. What is it? Default? All right. I still see a WoW folder. So I think I'm just going to completely destroy that WoW folder. There's basically nothing in it. Okay, I'm deleting it. Hey, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so well. Hey, Rack, what's up, man? Welcome back. Rack, you just missed it. I mean, maybe you're here right there at the tail end. I just uninstalled WoW. It is gone. Done. Let me jump into my control panel real quick. Okay, it's gone. There's nothing in my control panel. There's nothing on my launcher. There's no folder in my C drive. That's it. It's gone, man. Gone. Kaput. Now, I don't want... Okay, so here's a question. How do I get WoW up to recognize that my directory's gone and that I no longer have any add-ons? The rescan folders, I guess? There we go. No add-ons. Okay, yeah. No add-ons found. Okay, we're good. Excellent. That's perfect. Why are we quitting WoW? No. It's not 2021. Shadowlands is long gone. I'm not quitting. Don't worry. I'm reinstalling. It's all good. You should uninstall then delete the retail folder. Yeah, it's gone. My entire WoW folder has been deleted, which the retail folder is inside the WoW folder, so I'm good. I know the stress of trialing for a new mythic guild is intimidating, but you don't have to uninstall WoW over it.
All right, funny guy. Whatever, man.
Okay. So, so here's the next question for you, tech heads. Is there any reason, any benefit to... I'm not going to do it right now because I'm streaming. Is there any reason that I should restart my PC before I reinstall this? Like, are there any temp files that might become confused or something of that sort? I don't know. You did. Yes, I deleted the entire WoW directory. If you're wondering how or why I'm still on beta, it's because my beta install is on my D drive, whereas retail's on C drive. So I have it on 2 different hard drives. Yeah, I was one of them, Stridro. I call Shadowlands the hard times. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. I know I'm smiling and giggling, but I don't feel good. I don't feel so good. Oh boy. Whew, I think I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. I might be dead in game, but I'm not dead IRL. Whew. Just gonna try to relax. Well, the thing is, I woke up feeling a little sore throaty, but as I was getting the kids ready, I felt mostly fine. And then my son was feeling a bit under the weather, and as the day has unfolded, I have started feeling worse and worse. Not like horrible. I'm obviously not dying, but or am I? But yeah, I'm just not, man, I'm not feeling too good right now. I was there for 14 months in MOP waiting. Here's a roadmap that doesn't show anything classic plus brutal flips the table. I don't play classic. Hey, Rack, do you keep up with EverQuest at all? Feeling yourself get worse in real time? It really is, Lizzie. Yeah, the impending doom, exactly. I only skipped 2 times, Shadowlands and Cat of Dragon Soul. Yeah, the same here, buddy. Stridro, I quit during Dragon Soul because it was those last 2 bosses, some of the worst rating content I've ever seen in WoW, ever. And then I quit after Castle Nathria because Shadowlands was just Garbo. Not a fan-o. Don't you know-o. See, I think Cataclysm, for the most part, was quite enjoyable. Firelands was awesome. Dude, Heroic Ragnaros, one of the best fights of all time. But it's just those last 2 bosses of Cata, man. Ugh. I started during Dragon Soul, it's all I knew! Oh my goodness. I couldn't hit level cap in Shadowlands. This is Dragon Soul was not it, yeah. I liked some of the bosses in Dragon Soul, but certainly not all of them. Oh, it wasn't by choice, it was how life worked out. That happens. That happens. Rack Grizek. Okay, I have a few friends that still play EQ2. She says the economy's wild. That's about the extent of it. Okay, so do you know anything about like time lock progression servers, TLP servers? You know anything about that, Rack? It's Maldrax specifically that I can't stand. Oh, really? See, when I was beta testing Shadowlands, I was so excited to be a Maldraxxus guy. The Death Chakram, I loved the Death Chakram as a hunter. And then come to find out when hey, Hot Toddy, what's up, man? Come to find out when Shadowlands goes live, what do I have to be? I have to be a daggum Night Fae. I have to be a fairy guy. Which, hey, I'm not hating on fairies, you know. I know people like the fairies and the Arden Wheels and stuff, but it's not for me, dagnabbit, but I had to. And that's, it's stupid. If we get Shadowlands Remix, I'm gonna die. Just don't play. Get to Maldraxxus hit. I stopped playing before I left the zone. See, one of my biggest, like, I don't like Shadowlands for a variety of reasons, but and I'm not a big lore guy. I don't play WoW for the lore, but I will say that what they did to the lore of WoW in and because of Shadowlands is just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Remember them doing them both official and unofficial? I had another friend that played on Project 99. I think that's the one that shut down last year, yeah. I think Project 99 is still going. The Hero's Journey shut down last year, Rack, which, rest in peace, that was fantastic. The Maw. They ruined my base, Sylvan. Glad to be back. I kept your stuff on TikTok. Brought back all the memories for several expansions ago. I'm coming back to WoW. I played War Within when it first came out, but I stopped playing during the first raid, yeah. No wonder they had sent Sylvanas there. Heck. Yeah, I just the lore of Shadowlands is ridiculous to me. What were they called? The Covenants. The fact that we were locked into Covenants and we had to play Covenants that we didn't want to play if you were a PvE guy or gal. Drove me away from the game. So silly. But fun fact, I really enjoyed the Maw, Shepto. I lived in the Maw, and it was I loved it, man. I did. Shout out to Druish, Gosu. You guys are awesome. What do you mean? The lore was awesome. Especially love the part where that big bald guy did that thing to those people. You talking about me? Me? Talking about me? Oh my god. Remember EverQuest Next? Yes. Yeah, I remember it. I had high hopes for that game, as did many others. It was after the first raid and that broke my momentum. Yeah, that happens. Osu, Brutal, THD, and I rocking the Maw rep. Darn right, man. You're darn right. Man, look at my orc dance. Look at that guy. This orc knows what he's doing, right? Look at him. Look at him. Amazing. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Guys, I'm sorry that I'm not doing anything right now. I continue to feel worse as the moments tick by. Which expansion was it where you played a lot of... It was BFA, yeah. I played Rogue and BFA. Not as my main, but I did play it quite a bit, yeah. I was playing Outlaw. It was good times, good times. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Okay. I'm gonna get up and walk around for a minute. I'll be right back. I just want to see if I can get out of this funk and not feel so bad. Compilation of uninstalling retail. I'll be right back. If you need to cut out early today to feel better and ready for Sunday. Oh yeah, that's right. I got to keep that in mind. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. I haven't had to deal with being sick on a podcast day yet. You're right. Probably always had more add-ons than I needed. Same. Hot toddy. Same. I wish I was feeling better. Yeah, I'm obviously not like throwing up all over myself, or you know, I don't have a fever or anything like that, but man, I don't feel good. You know, I mean, you know how it is. Like you can just feel that. You can feel your body curling in on itself. I'm starting to get cold. I'm enjoying catching up in the podcast still. I'm on the tanking episode. Ooh, I'm actually editing clips for that episode right now. I'm almost done with that episode in terms of clips. Almost. Not quite, but I'm getting there. Get a blanket, nest on the couch, watch some Taskmaster. What the heck is Taskmaster? The chill wrapping up around you. Nope, I hate that feeling. For real, man. For real. Got a blankie right here. A blankie. I'm in for a treat. What is it? What is Taskmaster? I don't know what I've never heard of that before. Oh, Keybound Husband says it's great. Oh, that's important. Okay. I'm here for it. If I do come back, is there a lot of story to catch up on if I stop playing around the first raid? First raid of which expansion? I'm sorry, Hot Toddy. Well, what the heck is Game Changer? I don't know what that is either. An emergency. War Within. So that was Razageth, and then the second raid was about the Drakthir, nobody cares. Third raid was about Fyrak dying, no big deal. First raid of the War Within, it was about a bunch of spider dudes, didn't really matter. Then it was about the goblins, King Gallywix is dead. And then this most recent raid was Dementius came back, and Xal'atath is now super OP. And so we're chasing Xal'atath, and or she's attacking us across Azeroth. I guess more like across Quel'Thalas. And yeah, no, you're all caught up now. That's it. You random tasks to do, and then they do it. Oh, I've seen clips of that on like TikTok and stuff. Yeah. I don't think Galley's really. I think he is Rack. I think he's a goner. He's done. The tasks are always super random and never repeated. The comics are always really funny. Yeah. I've actually, I do know what you're talking about now that you've spelled it out. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. As much as I don't want to, I don't want to exacerbate the issue or accelerate any issue. I'm gonna go lay down and relax. Let me find somebody to raid. Please reassure them I am not sending any germs their way. Let me go ahead and raid. Appreciate you guys. I apologize that I'm not feeling well, but yeah, that's life, right? I'll see you guys Sunday for the podcast, 3 p.m. Eastern. Come back if you're not able to tune in then come hang out on Monday. My name's Brutal. Love you guys. Thank you for making me feel better, and thank you for helping me with the UI. We'll keep on keeping on.